Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's been a while since I posted, but I've been busy with some stuff. But I'm back, and I post every day new content on your favorite anime. So, if you guys don't already know, Jujutsu Kaisen is one of my favorite anime of all time. So today we're ranking the top 10 most powerful sorcerers. We're ranking them based on strength, feats, abilities, and drawbacks. Before we start, please subscribe, and hit that notification bell. More than 98% of you who watch my videos aren't subscribed, so let's change that. My goal is 10,000 subscribers by the end of the year, and it's totally free to help me out. Okay, let's jump into the video. Starting off our list at number 10, we have Hiromi Higuruma, a genius sorcerer who awakened during the culling game. Despite being a lawyer before, Higuruma mastered sorcery at lightning speed, comparable to Gojo Satoru's early potential, and his raw talent was personally acknowledged by Sukuna himself, who compared the potential to Gojo. Within just a few days of awakening, Higuruma was operating at the level of a grade 1 sorcerer. His curse technique, Judgment, allows him to summon a Shikigami judge inside his domain, which automatically evaluates opponents and enforces punishment based on their guilt or innocence. His domain expansion, Deadly Sentences, expands over his body like an aura, allowing him to neutralize curse techniques that come into physical contact with him. While domain amplification is active, his innate technique cannot be activated, meaning anything created with it, such as the Executioner's Sword, will disappear. By default, his innate technique is linked to his domain expansion, manifesting a small courtroom surrounded by guillotines where Higuruma and his opponent are placed on podiums facing each other. Inside the courtroom, Judge Man floats behind Higuruma, who acts as the prosecution, while the opponent serves as a defendant. Judge Man knows everything about everyone in the domain, but Higuruma only receives evidence submitted for deliberation, not conclusive information, and the defendant is unaware of the evidence. The defendant is put on trial by Judge Man, and the verdict depends solely on the arguments they present to Higuruma. The defendant's goal is to dispel doubt and earn a pronouncement of innocence. Both the prosecution and defendant have one chance to make a statement before Judge Man delivers a verdict, with the defendant able to remain silent, confess, or deny. After this, Higuruma may offer rebuttal based on the evidence he receives. This structure functions as a binding vow on the domain, meaning a guilty verdict can result in Judge Man confiscating the defendant's ability to control cursed energy. Higuruma also mastered reverse curse technique in days, and can use domain amplification to increase the power and range of his abilities, combining Judgment, Executioner, and Legion to make him capable of turning the tide of battle with a single, perfectly executed strike. Continuing our list, we have my boy Kenji Akari himself. Kenji was a third-year student in Tokyo, Japan, originally suspended due to his gambling addiction. Gojo himself stated that Akari has the potential to surpass even in one day, and his power was fully displayed during his battles with Kashimo. Kenji's curse technique revolved around his domain expansion called Idle Death Gamble, a pachinko-themed domain that recreates a train station where he plays a high-stakes game of chance. Within this domain, Hikari aims to line up 3 identical numbers to hit a jackpot, which has a 1 in 239 chance of occurring, and if successful, he enters what is called Unkillable Mode. During Unkillable Mode, he gains unlimited cursed energy for the exact duration of the Private Pure Love Train theme song, lasting 4 minutes and 11 seconds. This overwhelming cursed energy automatically activates reverse curse technique, healing any injury, making Hikari temporarily unkillable. His regeneration and cursed energy output during this mode are said to surpass even Gojo and Sukuna, and his skill in hand-to-hand combat makes him exceptionally dangerous even without relying on his cursed techniques. Hikari also utilizes numerous binding vows to increase the range and effectiveness of his abilities, and his mastery over both basic and reverse curse techniques allows him to dominate battles in a way few sorcerers can, even when he is not actively using his curse techniques. His innate connection to the Idle Death Gamble domain and his reflexive regeneration make him an incredibly formidable opponent, cementing him as one of the strongest sorcerers in the series. In 8th place, we have Hajime Kashimo. Hajime was a high-end era sorcerer, revived during the culling game, and was known as the god of fighting, and was the most powerful and dangerous sorcerers of his era. He made a deal with Kinjaku to be summoned during the culling game, quickly rising to the top by gaining 100 points in just a few days. Hajime's cursed energy takes on the properties of electricity, turning his body into a natural conductor that enhances his speed, strength, and destructive force. His final form, a pure amber electric body or mystical beast amber, maximizes his mobility and destructive output, while also allowing him to discharge massive lightning strikes directly at opponents without missing, even without using a domain. His innate technique, Mythical Beast Amber, reconstructs his flesh to convert cursed energy into electricity, giving him overwhelming power but only usable once before his body collapses. Hajime is also a master martial artist, able to combine hand-to-hand combat with his electrified cursed energy, and his lightning attacks can bypass defenses while shocking opponents on impact. While he is naturally resistant to electricity, water can drain his energy, though his advanced cursed energy manipulation allows him to somewhat counter this. He also possesses an anti-domain technique, Hollow Wicker Basket, intended to counter opponents' guaranteed hit domains. Moving to 7th place, we have Yuki Tsukumo, one of the 4 special grade sorcerers and an extraordinary force on the battlefield. Yuki's innate technique, Star Rage, allows her to grant virtual mass to herself and her Shikigami, Garuda, creating near-infinite density and giving her attacks black hole-level destructive force. Garuda can fight and restrain opponents independently, allowing Yuki to coordinate devastating attacks, while remaining highly mobile, able to hover and juggle opponents physically. Yuki can also create an artificial black hole, a feat unmatched by other sorcerers in terms of raw destructive power. She is skilled in reverse curse technique, allowing her to heal herself from severe injuries, as seen in her fight against Kinjaku. Yuki also employs Simple Domain, an anti-domain technique that can resist an opponent's guaranteed hit domain expansion by neutralizing its barrier. A technique she taught to her students to Atoi Tado, the self-proclaimed brother of our main character and 6th spot on our list, Yuji Itadori. Yuji is the main character of the story and was just built completely different from everyone else. Designed to be the perfect host for Sukuna, his physical abilities are unmatched in the series. His strength, speed, and durability allow him to tank multiple devastating attacks from Sukuna, and even take hits from formidable opponents like Kenji Hikari without faltering. Over the course of the series, Yuji mastered multiple techniques, including Divergent Fist, Black Flash, and Piercing Blood. Divergent Fist allows him to land a punch and have his cursed energy follow up with a delayed second strike, confusing opponents and leaving them open for follow-up attacks. Black Flash, a phenomenon that occurs when cursed energy is applied within 0.000001 seconds a hit, amplifies the destructive power of strikes by 2.5 times. Yuji has achieved 8 consecutive Black Flashes, breaking Gojo's previous record of 7. His blood manipulation techniques, inherited from Curse Womb, Death Painting, allow him to use convergence to compress his blood for piercing blood attacks, firing beams at the speed of sound and creating dash line cuts with Shrine. Through his connection with Sukuna, Yuji was able to use Cleave and Dismantle. He can also use Reverse Cursed technique to heal himself from lethal attacks. Yuji has also learned Simple Domain, an anti-domain technique that can neutralize the guaranteed hit effects of enemy domains, as demonstrated against Sukuna's Malevolent Shrine. On top of this, Yuji has mastered a domain expansion that recreates his hometown with perfect precision, allowing him to attack with soul-rending dismantle strikes without physical contact. This combination of abilities makes Yuji Itadori unquestionably one of the most formidable sorcerers in the series. Taking the 5th spot, we have none other than Takaba Fumihiko, without question, one of the most broken sorcerers in the Jujutsu Kaisen universe. Takaba was originally a comedian before becoming a sorcerer during the Culling game, but don't let that fool you. His cursed technique, Comedian, has been described by Kinjaku himself as making him an impossible opponent to defeat. Comedian allows Takaba to make anything he finds funny become reality. If he thinks of a gag, a scene, or even an absurd situation and finds it hilarious, it instantly manifests in real life. This turns his imagination into a reality-warping weapon with no fixed limits. What makes it scarier is that his technique even pulls in other people's thoughts as feedback, almost like a resonance of souls. However, the catch is that Comedian requires absolute confidence. The second Takaba doubts his own joke or stops believing it's funny, the ability won't activate. Still, with the potential to rival Gojo himself, Takaba's ability is terrifying, because what's funnier than defeating your opponent with the rules of comedy itself? Coming in at 4th place, we have Takaba's opponent, the 1,000-year-old mastermind himself, Kinjaku. Known as one of the most intelligent and manipulative figures in JJK history, Kinjaku's innate technique allows him to transfer his brain into new hosts, effectively granting them immortality, while stealing their curse techniques. Across his lifetime, he has gathered centuries of battle knowledge and countless abilities, making him one of the most dangerous sorcerers ever. By inhabiting Gojo Satoru's body, Kenjaku gained access to cursed spirit manipulation, summoning and controlling hordes of cursed spirits, including powerful special grades like the smallpox deity. His signature move, Maximum Uzumaki, condenses hundreds of curses into one devastating blast, while also allowing him to extract and reuse innate techniques from high-level cursed spirits. After defeating Mahito, Kenjaku even extracted Idol Transfiguration for a one-time use, proving just how versatile and ruthless he is. On top of that, Kenjaku inherited anti-gravity system from Korea Dori, letting him manipulate gravitational forces, and he is proficient with reverse curse technique for regeneration. His domain expansion, Wound Perfusion, creates a towering pillar of cursed spirits in an open barrier domain with devastating guaranteed hit effects, strong enough to fatally injure a special grade like Yuki Tsukumo. Responsible for the Shibuya incident, Sukuna's revival in the culling game, Kenjaku stands as a puppeteer behind nearly every catastrophic event in Jujutsu Kaisen, making him one of the greatest threats to humanity. Yuta Okatsu stands as one of the most versatile and overwhelmingly powerful sorcerers in Jujutsu Kaisen, capable of rivaling and even surpassing the greatest fighters in the series thanks to his innate technique Copy. Rika's manifestation and his mastery over a wide arsenal of copied curse techniques. His raw cursed energy output is monstrous, demonstrated when a single swing of his katana released a shockwave that obliterated an entire swarm of Kurishi's cockroaches. And his reinforcement allows him to match and even surpass Yuji's natural strength, casually kicking cars, cratering the ground, and knocking out opponents like Choso with a single strike. His control over Black Flash further amplifies his lethality, enabling him to channel cursed energy with perfect timing for devastating results. Yuta's bond with Rika grants him access to her cursed energy reserves, weapon storage, and protection, as she can act independently or fully manifest for up to 5 minutes, providing him with overwhelming support in battle. Most uniquely, his innate technique Copy allows Yuta to replicate and wield other sorcerers' techniques with frightening proficiency. Ranging from Toad's Curse Speech, Drew Shikigami, and Takako's Sky Manipulation to Angel's Technique Extinguishment, Sukuna's Cleave, Charles Bernard's G Warstaff, and even Kenjaku's Brain-Swapping Body Transfer. This copying ability enables him to chain abilities seamlessly in combat, creating an unpredictable and nearly limitless fighting style. His reverse curse technique further enhances his survivability and utility, allowing him to heal himself, others, and even expel poison or exorcise curses with positive energy output, an ability many elite sorcerers struggle to achieve. On top of this, Yuta wields 2 domain expansions. His original Authentic Mutual Love, where he can draw on countless cursed tools and freely activate any copied techniques. And Gojo's Unlimited Void, which he accessed after transplanting into Gojo's body via Kenjaku's technique, allowing him to clash head-on with Sukuna's Malevolent Shrine. Yuta's adaptability, immense cursed energy reserves, versatility in copied techniques, and synergy with Rika cement him as a sorcerer without equal, a prodigy who bridges raw destructive force, limitless potential, and the ability to rewrite battles against even the strongest foes in the Jujutsu world. In second place stands a blessed one, Satoru Gojo, the man revered as the strongest Jujutsu sorcerer of the modern era, born with both the Limitless and the Six Eyes, 2 of the rarest abilities to ever exist. The Six Eyes grant him immeasurable perception, allowing him to process cursed energy with perfect efficiency, seeing it at the finest detail, while expending almost none himself, essentially giving him infinite stamina in battle. With Limitless, Gojo manipulates space itself, creating the phenomenon known as infinity, an impenetrable barrier that slows all matter to an infinite fraction before it can touch him, rendering direct attacks useless. Through his mastery of Limitless, he wields its extensions. Blue, a technique that creates a powerful vacuum by erasing space, dragging everything into a crushing collapse. Red, its repulsive counterpart, generating an explosion of force that obliterates anything caught within its radius. And the pinnacle, Purple, a combination of both that erases everything it touches from existence. On top of this, Gojo is a master reverse curse technique, capable of healing himself instantly, even from normally fatal injuries, and sustaining the impossible stamina needed to keep Infinity active indefinitely. His domain expansion, Unlimited Void, traps opponents in a metaphysical world of infinite knowledge, overloading their senses and paralyzing them with incomprehensible data, a guaranteed hit technique so overwhelming that few can even remain conscious within it. His mastery also extends to anti-domain techniques, such as domain amplification and hollow wicker basket, allowing him to counter enemy domains, while control over cursed energy enables him to land techniques like Black Flash, amplifying his strikes to near-divine destructive levels. Yet, even with all these abilities, his blinding speed, intelligence, and unparalleled combat genius, Gojo's throne as the strongest was not eternal. Hold up, before we reveal number 1, I've got to give an honorable mention, because leaving her out entirely would have been a mistake. And that's Maki Zenin. Born without cursed energy, Maki was treated as weak and worthless in the Zenin clan. But thanks to her heavenly restriction, she gained a body of steel, superhuman speed, strength, and combat instincts that rival even Yuji Itadori and Toji Fushiguro. After Mai's death, Maki unlocked her full potential and became a walking weapon, slicing through sorcerers and curses alike with nothing but cursed tools and pure physical dominance. She may not technically belong in the top 10 sorcerers, but her growth and sheer willpower make her one of the deadliest fighters in the entire series, so she absolutely deserves a spot as an honorable mention. Because in first place stands Ryomen Sukuna, the king of curses, the very embodiment of overwhelming malice and supremacy in the world of Jujutsu. Born in the Heian era, the golden age of Jujutsu, Sukuna didn't merely survive among the strongest sorcerers of history, he dominated them all. His cursed energy is vast, unending, and utterly monstrous, far surpassing anything seen in modern times. His innate techniques, cleave and dismantle, allow him to slash through anything, be it flesh, spiritual essence, or even phenomena like space itself, adapting perfectly to the durability and cursed energy of his targets. He wields spiderweb to devastate entire areas, and his fearsome divine flame, summoned with command open, produces firepower that dwarfs even Jogo's, reducing enemies to ashes instantly. His domain expansion. Malevolent Shrine is unlike any other. It forgoes the need for a barrier and instead manifests directly into the real world, creating an open-air zone nearly 200 meters wide where everything is endlessly cut by his cleave and dismantle, making escape all but impossible. Beyond raw power, Sukuna's tactical genius makes him even more terrifying. He deceives opponents using memories, manipulates battlefield with ease, and toys with enemies psychologically before crushing them. After taking Megumi Fushigiro's body, Sukuna gained access to the 10 Shadows technique. Summoning Shikigami like Divine Dogs, New, Max Elephant, Round Deer, and the legendary Maharaga, the ultimate adaptive being which Sukuna successfully tamed after slaying it, becoming the first user in history to do so. He even created fusions like Merge Beast Agito, wielding multiple Shikigami powers at once, and with his immense cursed energy, he amplifies their abilities far beyond Megumi's original limits. Sukuna is also a master reverse curse technique, instantly regenerating any injury, repairing even his own soul, and outputting positive energy to heal others, a feat achieved by only the most exceptional sorcerers. His anti-domain skills, such as domain amplification and hollow wicker basket, allow him to counter even Gojo's limitless, while his monstrous body, once possessing 4 arms and 2 mouths, grants him overwhelming versatility in combat. Even after death in the Heian era, Sukuna's essence was so absolute that his power endured across 1,000 years, sealed in 20 indestructible fingers feared by all. Now reincarnated and stronger than ever, Sukuna has proven his supremacy by defeating Gojo himself, mastering both his own innate techniques and the Zenin clan's most dangerous arsenal. In every sense, raw strength, cursed energy, intellect, cruelty, and adaptability, Sukuna reigns unchallenged, the eternal apex of Jujutsu sorcery, the true and undisputed king of curses. That's our list of the top 10 most powerful JJK sorcerers. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, drop a comment with your own rankings, and subscribe for more JJK breakdowns.